Using AI to help with sports betting is a very popular topic, but unfortunately, almost every video that I've seen on this is either some creators selling you some scammy product or they're not correctly prompting the AI models to get you the best outputs possible. And so in this video, I'm going to show you some techniques and strategies that you can leverage, whether it's ChatGPT, DeepSeek's R1 reasoning model, or Grok 3 to help us with sports betting advice. So be sure to stick around for the entire video. Now, a very important disclaimer is what I'm going to show you in this video is not financial advice or gambling advice, as all I'm doing are showing you ways that we can leverage AI models to assist us in analyzing different sports bets. And if this happens to be your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan, and my mission is to help you navigate the overwhelming world of artificial intelligence. And if you want to know my favorite AI tools and prompts that I'm using for marketing and content creation, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials Guide. You can find the link for this in the video description or pinned comment below. Now, in this example, I'm going to be comparing my sports betting advice across OpenAI's O1 reasoning model, DeepSeek's R1 reasoning model, and also Grok 3, and more specifically, this think mode right here. You must be using reasoning models in order to get the best outputs for this specific scenario. This is one of the big problems. A lot of people, when they're doing anything reasoning related, they just default to either the free version of ChatGPT or they're using a language model that is not trained for reasoning. So that is the very first point that I want to make. And I'm going to be using all of these AI models to help me with betting predictions for UFC 313, which is the UFC event this weekend as I'm recording this. And a little side note here, betting on UFC fights is one of my vices. I'm a huge UFC MMA fan, and so why not leverage my skill set of AI to maybe help me win a little bit here and there with betting on UFC. Now, in order to get the most helpful and unbiased sports betting advice possible from these AI models, what we need to do is provide it with data on the betting odds. And so in this example, I'm using a website called fightodds.io. I like this site because it lists all the different odds across various bookies around the world for Moneyline. And just a quick note, I am only going to be using Moneyline in this example for these fights. Obviously, if you want to do something like over-under rounds, total points over and under, if you're trying to bet football, basketball, etc., that would apply to a different situation. But I'm just going to be doing Moneyline for all these different fight odds right here. So what you would want to do is take a screenshot of all of these odds. And if you want to bet on over or under, you could take a screenshot from a different bookie's website, like MyBookie, right? They have the over and under rounds right here. You could use DraftKings, FanDuel, etc. So once you have those images of the odds, what you want to do is open up ChatGPT. I'd recommend using O1 as that is its advanced reasoning model right now for Plus users. I don't think free users get access to this. I could be wrong on that. And then what you want to do is upload the images of the fighting odds or betting odds, and then you want to prompt it with an advanced prompt that looks like this. I'm not going to read this word for word in this video. I will leave this in the description below if you want to use this, but I've been fine-tuning this prompt over time, and so I've kind of dialed it in to get the answers that I'm looking for. And then I'm going to hit enter. And while it's doing that, I went ahead and did the same thing on DeepSeek. I uploaded those images of the betting odds, used the exact same prompt. I made sure that R1 model was enabled, and then I hit enter. Same thing on Grok 3. The uploaded images are right here. I copy and pasted that prompt. I'm on Grok 3. I also used the think mode, and I'm going to hit enter. And now I'm going to skip ahead and wait till these outputs are complete. All right, so here's the response that I got from ChatGPT, and this did take 52 seconds for it to come up with this. Now, what I do like about this response is it has a detailed analysis for every single fight. So here's the main event. Alex Pereira, who's the champion versus Magomed Ankalaev, has the betting odds right here, and it breaks it down by record and opposition, style matchup, physical attributes, recent performances and form, and X factors. It does that for every single fight based on the images that I uploaded. And if I scroll down, it breaks it down into a nice table format. Has the fight here, the approximate odds, it gives its pick, and then it also provides its reasoning. Now, one other thing that I added to this was a confidence level based on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most confident. Notice how some of these picks it has an 8 on confidence, a 6 or a 5. I have yet to see a 1 or a 10, which is really interesting, but that is just the quick results here that ChatGPT came up with. If I look at DeepSeek, This took 32 seconds to come up with an answer. And what I like about DeepSeek is its chain of thought reasoning. It breaks down its entire thought process step by step. And here's the table that it provided. Not as legible as what we just saw in ChatGPT, but here it has some of the fights. It didn't break down all of the fights, so the answer is incomplete when using DeepSeek. But you'll see the confidence level on some of these. You have an 8 out of 10. They have a 9 out of 10 here. Angalaev's wrestling. So they're confident Angalaev's going to win via money line, and they're 9 out of 10. So that's a really interesting pick. It also has some key notes down here, has a value play, caution, but I really like the response of Grok 3 for this scenario, actually. Took 46 seconds for it to think about this, and here it breaks down every single thing that it thought about, and I like how it breaks this down with its chain of thought reasoning. So first it has the table of predictions for all the different matchups. Here it has Alex Pereira picking it to win, confidence level 5 out of 10, and then a quick little explanation. Pereira's slight favoritism suggests a marginal edge due to striking power, could counter this in a close fight. Fazeev, Jalen Turner, Amanda Lemos. Now, what I like about this is it threw in an underdog pick here. Oftentimes, when I would try to use ChatGPT to help with sports betting advice for other sports like basketball, for instance, it would often pick the favorites every single time. So I have it here in this prompt where to say like, hey, sometimes pick underdogs where you think there's value and it makes sense based on all the research and analysis that you are doing. So I like that, but it's only giving me a 4 out of a 10 confidence level. So if I scroll down, it looks like it's still picking favorites for the most part. Yeah. So all favorites here, except for, it looks like Jalen Turner at plus 125. Now, what I also like about this is it provides a detailed analysis underneath the predictions table. So here it gives me the odds, it gives me the analysis, prediction, confidence. Does this for every single fight that I upload. And then it also has some notes at the end, limitations, value plays, confidence. But one thing I did notice about Grok 3 and its response is there were several errors, like Jasmine Jusevicius, however you say her name, she's not on this card. Maurice Green, I don't know if that's even a real person. He's not on this card. Jake Hadley's not on this card. He actually just got cut by the UFC. And there's also some other errors I was noticing in here as well. So while I like kind of the format that Grok 3 used, it was very inaccurate in its response. DeepSeek was accurate, but it was very slim in its response. It didn't have as many details compared to Grok 3 or OpenAI's o1. If I had to give the nod here, I'd probably go to OpenAI or ChatGPT using its o1 model. It followed my instructions. I really like this table format. I also really like the analysis for each fight. Now, what you could do is you could chat one by one and ask it to break down each fight versus just providing all of it in one response. If you have the time, that's probably a better way to do it. And you could say, research this fight, research both fighters, look at their statistics, right? And really break down each individual fight. Now, I even took this to another step and I used ChatGPT's deep research functionality and I basically asked it, are you able to compile statistics of every UFC fighter on the roster? And I asked it for specific stats in a table format. And so here it gave me all these different statistics doing deep research from all the different sources that it used. And so once I compiled all of this data, and you'll see all the sources right here, I said, oh, great. Now compile all of this data into a CSV file that I can download. Here it provided that CSV file. So then what I could do is I could come back to my original chat with UFC predictions, come back here, upload that CSV file. Let's see if I can find it here on my desktop. Here's the UFC fighter statistics. Then I'll say, great. Now use the UFC statistics I've uploaded to help you with your predictions. And let's see what this looks like when this is complete. All right, so that only took ChatGPT 7 seconds to analyze that uploaded CSV file, and this is where it gets really cool. It had some really in-depth statistics on striking attempts per minute, strikes landed per minute, which is SLPM and SAPM, striking accuracy, and also takedown defense. So now it's breaking down all the different fights from a statistical analysis, and it does this for all the fights. And if I scroll down, I should have an updated table right here. Yep. So then it has the updated table with the odds, the pick, the confidence level, the reasoning, and then it has all the statistics inside the reasoning. Ankalaev's lower strike attempts per minute versus Pereira's higher output, giving him a solid path to control on the ground. So this is just some really interesting stuff here, and I hope I'm getting the juices flowing for you guys in how we can start to leverage AI to assist us with sports betting. Now, is what I'm showing you a silver bullet? No. Now, watch all of these picks be completely wrong, as that's just the nature of sports gambling. There are often factors that these algorithms and bookies can't factor in on a given fight for whatever reason. Mental toughness, illness, right? There's so many different variables that go into this stuff, but I'm going to be monitoring it this weekend. I'm going to throw down probably a little $5 parlay on all these different picks that AI provided or that ChatGPT provided, and then run it through myself and then kind of compare the different results. But this is just something that I really like and one unique use case that you can start leveraging AI for. Now, one final tip that I want to leave you with in this video is we can actually turn this entire chat into a custom GPT so we can easily come back to this type of task in the future. All you need to do is prompt it with something like this. Task, could you make a prompt or instructions if I want to make a custom GPT for this task again in the future? Provide a name, description, instructions, and conversation starter. So here it created a GPT profile. Name, description, instructions, conversation starter. And remember, all of these instructions and descriptions and name it got from all of the data that I provided in this chat. And so what I did on a new window is simply create a new custom GPT. I called it MMA Sports Better, gave it all those instructions that ChatGPT provided me with in the previous chat, gave it a conversation starter, and we can now do this process more efficiently by using a custom GPT. And I'll leave a link to this newly created custom GPT in the video description below if you guys want to check this out. Now, I'm not guaranteeing results or anything like that, so don't get mad at me if something doesn't work. This is something that I literally just created in seconds based off my original chat right here. So I hope you enjoyed this video, basically showing you some other ways that you can use AI models to assist us with extracurricular activities like sports gambling. Again, quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice, this is not gambling advice. I'm just showing you some ways that you can use these AI models for fun. And if you've made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you found value, and also leave me a comment below. Did you learn something in this video? Do you have any other tips and tricks on using AI for sports gambling? Excuse me. I would love to hear all of your thoughts. And lastly, for those serious about wanting to learn AI, I'd recommend looking at my AI Marketing Insiders community. I recently launched this, and this is a no BS community for marketers, content creators, business owners, anyone who's serious about wanting to leverage AI to grow their business or personal brand. All sorts of good content in here, and including all of my courses that I've created. There's hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of value in here. And I also do weekly Q&A calls where you can hop on every week and kind of pick my brain for anything related to AI and marketing. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave that in the video description or pinned comment below. And most importantly, I hope all of you watching this have a great day.